For the first time in over a decade, Activision just admitted that the players were right all along. And no, this is not something they wanted to do. This is something that they were forced to do. You see, when a franchise as massive as Call of Duty suddenly hits the panic button like this, it can only mean one thing. Something is seriously wrong behind the scenes, because the truth is, for years, Call of Duty has survived broken launches, monetization disasters, and constant player backlash. But today, Activision finally threw in the towel. Their tried and true Call of Duty formula finally broke them, and now they are in full damage control mode. Folks, the downfall of Call of Duty has never been more obvious, so today let's dive deep into Activision's latest announcement to figure out what just happened. But first, what's going on, guys? Cheers. She just has to crawl on my desk while I'm filming. Tiger came to say hi. She said you guys should definitely leave a like on the video, and if you do, maybe she'll get some treats. All right, let's jump right in here. Activision makes big Call of Duty announcement, quote, "We will no longer do back-to-back releases of Modern Warfare or Black Ops, mainly to ensure we provide an absolutely unique experience each and every year." Raise your hand if you believe them, ladies and gentlemen. Now, just to be clear, I believe they're not going to do back-to-back releases because they just absolutely got decimated this year. Later in the video, we'll go over some sales figures, really just like some projections, but like things are looking awful for Black Ops 7. But I do not believe them that they're going to be giving us a unique experience every year. Okay, pal, that's like saying McDonald's is going to give us a unique experience every time the McRib comes out. Like, dude, it's the same thing. Let's just be honest here. Okay, the article goes on to quote, "We will drive innovation that is meaningful, not incremental." Really, I'm really looking forward to seeing their roadmap here. Surely they've provided one, and this won't just be all fluff and inspirational and all talk. Activision says Call of Duty will no longer be getting back-to-back Modern Warfare or Black Ops releases, signaling the start of a major change in the series release order. In a blog post from Call of Duty staff, Activision steamingly responds to the less than stellar response from critics and players to the recently released Black Ops 7. Let's just look at that blog post directly, okay? A message from the Call of Duty team. That's always a good sign, right? Whenever the developers of the game have to like address the community and internet at large, it's totally fine, right? Everything must be going smoothly. Yeah, okay. First off, thank you all for the feedback we have received over the last few months. Call of Duty has enjoyed long-standing success because of all of you, a passionate community that demands excellence and deserves nothing less. Yes, the passionate community that is chugging Red Bulls and screaming slurs into the microphone at 3 in the morning. We also know that for some of you, the franchise has not met your expectations fully. To be very clear, we know what you expect, and rest assured we will deliver and over-deliver on those expectations as we move forward. Okay, all right, I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm gonna just stop you right there, pal. If you know what the players expect, how come you keep delivering the same game that people are not happy with over and over and over again? Now, I can just speak for myself personally, but I did not seriously consider even playing Black Ops 7 for free because I played Black Ops 6, I played Black Ops 4, I played Black Ops 3, I played it's all the same shit, bro. It's the same shit. And ever since Modern Warfare 2019, when they completely changed the engine and added 5,000 attachments to all the different guns and 500 different ways to monetize the game, it just wasn't Call of Duty anymore, right? And you've been doing this for years now. I mean, at least since 2019, if not before. So that's 6 years. Okay, so for 6 years, if you've known what players expect, why has the franchise been declining for the better part of a decade? Let's move on and see what they have to say here. With respect to Black Ops 7, we set our sights to deliver a spiritual successor to Black Ops 2, and the studios have poured their passion into making a great game that all of us are very proud of. But it's one thing for us to say it, more importantly, it's up to you to try it and judge for yourselves. So as it relates to Black Ops 7 and the future of Call of Duty, here are a few important notes. 1, you'll have the opportunity to play Black Ops 7 for free. Again, another really good sign here, guys. Usually when a game just comes out and they're already giving it to players for free, that means things are probably looking really good behind the scenes. Yeah, people are probably getting fired. Anyway, let's take a look here. Next week, we are opening the doors for everyone to jump in and play Black Ops 7 multiplayer and zombies for a free trial along with a double XP weekend. We would like you to experience the game firsthand and decide for yourselves. 2, we are committed to unprecedented seasonal support. Oh my God. Yes, you clearly know exactly what the gamers want, guys. Yeah, they clearly don't know what gamers want. They don't know. They started off by saying, we know what you expect, and then they proceed to just go on and talk about stuff that people don't care about. Look, I know Call of Duty as a live service game is very successful, okay? And yes, it's important to actually support these games post launch, but when you look at the games that have been nominated for Game of the Year for the past 2 or 3 years, if not longer, if you look at the games that recently have been topping Steam's charts, you're not going to find something that is like all in on seasonal support. Okay, it's just not, like, players are burnt out from seasonal support. Players can't possibly keep up with 20 different live service games, all of which have a paid battle pass. It's just not, it's not what players want. What players want is to buy your game and on day one have a feature complete experience. They don't want to buy a game and then on day one they boot it up and the first thing they see is the in-game store with a battle pass and microtransactions and clearly cut content on day one that you now have to pay more money for. So when they say unprecedented seasonal support, it's like, I get where they're coming from. I know why they want to commit to this, but man, I feel like you kind of have to just go back to the drawing board and think about what made Call of Duty good during its golden years. So I would say from COD 4, Modern Warfare 1, the original, up through Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2, those were the golden years in my opinion. And then you had some silver years that trailed through, like Black Ops 3, and then it completely collapsed. Everything was just god awful after that, and Warzone's the only thing that saved them. And I know lots of people love Warzone, but you got to get back to your roots here, and your roots were not seasonal support. It was launching a good game on day one. Anyway, moving on, your continuing feedback will help shape our seasonal updates over the coming months. Season 1 is the largest live season ever, and we're just getting started. We won't rest until Black Ops 7 earns its place as one of the best Black Ops games we've ever made. You can't do it. I'm sorry, Call of Duty, you need to change your goal. You can't do it. You will never do it. Black Ops 7, even if it is the best Black Ops you've ever made, it will never get its flowers. It's not going to happen. This is what happens when you burn your player base over and over and over and over and over and over. The only thing that is worse than negative player backlash is no player backlash at all, because that means that all the people that were passionate and cared about the game already quit. They left. They moved on. They're playing Arc Raiders. They're playing Battlefield 6. They're playing the new Fortnite season because it's got the Simpsons and whatever other crossovers they're doing lately. Like, it's nice that you're making this change now. You're probably 4 or 5 years late at this point, but don't go into this expecting players to suddenly be like, oh my God, Black Ops 7 is so good. You have to look in the mirror. Just look in the mirror and ask yourself, is it even possible that it could be one of the best Black Ops games? Just genuinely look at yourself. Look at how the in-game shop is introduced. Look at the original maps and original content you've made for that game, and honestly have that conversation with yourselves. Could this possibly be one of the best Black Ops games? And I think if you really do some soul searching, you're going to come to the conclusion that this could be a good Black Ops, but it will not be a great Black Ops. And from there, the great news is that you can grow, and for the next few releases, you can take what you've learned. But you've already made your first impressions with Black Ops 7. You can't have a second first impression. People already made up their mind with this game, and it's nice that you're giving them the chance to play it for free, and maybe that will convert some people, maybe, but you need to look at the bigger picture. Don't tunnel down on Black Ops 7. It's already over for Black Ops 7, okay? And by the way, how about you break free of the shackles of the Modern Warfare and Black Ops franchises, right? Like, I know that they were super successful. World War II didn't take off, Ghosts didn't take off, Infinite Warfare didn't take off, Advanced Warfare didn't take off. None of those spun off into their own franchise that was like, oh my God, right? You need something original. There has to be another new franchise besides Modern Warfare, besides Black Ops, that's just as good, if not better. Then Call of Duty will start to get their players back. But until then, don't set goals that you cannot achieve. Okay, let's finish this off. 3, our strategy going forward is changing. We will no longer do back-to-back releases of Modern Warfare or Black Ops games. Just so we're clear, it's not that they want to change this strategy, it's that the players have forced them to no longer do this. And it's obvious, right? I mean, everyone can look at Black Ops 6 and then they can look at Black Ops 7 and be like, wow, all they did was change the number, right? And even if that's not true, even if the game is completely different, if you'll just look at gameplay from Black Ops 6 and gameplay from Black Ops 7, when you're watching a multiplayer match, someone who's played neither of those games is not going to know the difference, right? They're not going to be able to tell you, oh, well, this is clearly the newer one, right? They can't tell, okay? And this is, it's like a no-brainer. It's like, obviously you can't do back-to-back releases. Obvious, there's not enough has changed, right? That's why they spent so many years alternating, because it's like, oh, now we get the modern thing, and then we go back to the Cold War, and then we go back to the modern thing, and then we do a futuristic game, and then we go back to like World War II, and then we do a modern game. It's like that formula is just so obviously the logical way to go. So I can't believe that here we are at the end of 2025 and they have to actually admit this now. But anyway, the reasons are many, but the main one is to ensure we provide an absolutely unique experience each and every year. Yes, exactly. Thank you. I'm glad they at least know that. That was the most obvious thing in the world. You didn't have to have Black Ops 7 fail to know that, but at least you learned the lesson the hard way. All right, we will drive innovation that is meaningful, not incremental. While we aren't sharing those plans today, we look forward to doing so when the time is right. To be clear, the future of Call of Duty is very strong, and we believe our best days are ahead of us given the depth and talent of our development team. We have been building the next era of Call of Duty, and it will deliver precisely on what you want, along with some surprises that push the franchise and the genre forward. We look forward to welcoming you in, listening to you, and moving forward together. Okay, the best days are ahead of you. What makes you think that? I mean, that is actually just pure delusion. The golden age of Call of Duty ended in 2012, and basically everyone agrees with that. Like, really, even if you like the modern Call of Duties, you still agree that the best days were a long time ago, right? Even if you wanted to be incredibly charitable and say Black Ops 3 was the end of the golden age, which is like, I don't think I've ever seen someone be that charitable. But even if we wanted to do that, guess what? That came out in 2015, which was a decade ago. Okay, so it has been a decade since your golden days, and you're somehow still sitting there thinking that the future is brighter, your best days are ahead of you. Really? You have a decade's worth of games that have proven that that is not true. So look, good luck. I hope it happens, right? Like, I love Call of Duty. The reason I even started making YouTube videos back in the day was to be a Call of Duty YouTuber. Okay, I have thousands and thousands and thousands of hours playing the Call of Duty franchise. I love the franchise, but I haven't gotten excited for a new Call of Duty release since, like, well, probably Modern Warfare 2019, because that year was the year I finally realized, okay, this franchise is cooked. It's not for me. It hasn't been for me for a long time, and it died for me, and that's it. And I've tried a couple of others. Black Ops 6 had some decent zombies, right? I didn't buy Modern Warfare 3. I didn't buy Modern Warfare 2. Most of these games I didn't buy. Some of them my previous roommate bought, and I just played his copy. Like, I haven't been regularly giving them my money in a long time now because the franchise has been cooked. So for them to say that your best days are ahead of you, it's like, wow, that is some insane copium or insane hopium. I don't know which it is, but you're wild for that. Okay, now that we know Activision's complete statement, let's go back to the article from before. Black Ops 7 has mostly negative Steam reviews at the time of writing this, with players heavily criticizing the story, multiplayer modes, and performance. Meanwhile, it has one of the series' worst metascores at 67 and an abysmal 1.6 user score, suggesting overwhelming dislike. Now, the other day, the game business actually shared some software sales for Black Friday week, and here we can see the problem with the new Call of Duty game. Okay, in Europe, here are the top 10 unit sales for the week ending November 30th. So that was Sunday again, so this does not include Cyber Monday or the sales after that, but coming in at first place, again, this is unit sales, EA Sports FC 26, that's FIFA. Okay, second place, Hogwarts Legacy, super old game by the way. Third place, Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Fourth place, Battlefield 6, Red Dead Redemption 2, It Takes Two, Grand Theft Auto 5, Legends EA, yada yada yada. Okay, if we look at revenue, we see that Call of Duty actually comes in second place, and that's because the unit sales for Hogwarts Legacy were at like $10 or $20 a piece, right? Like, that game was super discounted on like Steam and things like that. It was dirt cheap across every platform you could play it on. Black Ops 7, from what I'm told, did have a small discount for Black Friday and Black Friday weekend, but it still was much more expensive than games like Hogwarts Legacy were during that week. Okay, so this was probably the second most important week of Black Ops 7's launch. Okay, first was launch week, how good did it do at launch, and then second of all, how much did it sell for Black Friday week, because that's a lot of times when parents, siblings, significant others, that's when people are buying gifts for their loved ones, right? So Black Ops 7 doesn't even come out on top for that week either. Things are not looking good. Now, to remind you guys just how bad Black Ops 7's launch was and the reason why players have forced their hand with this, let's take a look at the reports here. First reported Black Ops 7 regional sales numbers are unimpressive. Data from Europe and Japan indicates that sales are down compared to Battlefield 6 and even Black Ops 6. The muted response to Call of Duty Black Ops 7 from critics and fans appears to have translated into lower sales for the futuristic first-person shooter, with the game reportedly falling behind competitors in a few regions. The game business described Black Ops 7's European launch as disappointing, citing GSD, which tracks tracks physical and digital game sales. Sales numbers for Black Ops 7's opening week are 63% below those of Battlefield 6, and the game business also estimates that sales are over 50% down compared to last year's Black Ops 6. Even still, the GSD numbers indicate that Black Ops 7 was still the top selling game in Europe during its opening week. Wow, big surprise there. The article goes on to say, despite Japan not being a key market for the Call of Duty franchise, sales numbers there show a similar trend, with Insider Gaming reporting that Black Ops 7 had the worst Japanese launch in the franchise's history. This doesn't paint a complete picture of how Black Ops 7 is performing. The game is included with an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription, so there is certainly a good chunk of the player base not reflected in these early reported numbers. Yeah, because Xbox Game Pass Ultimate has had a really spectacular year this year, with thousands and thousands of people canceling after they raised the price to $30 a month for the highest tier plan that allows you to play games like Black Ops 7 on day one. Even still, Activision, which is usually quick to publicly brag about record-breaking sales or player counts after launching a Call of Duty game, was uncharacteristically quiet about numbers after Black Ops 7 shipped. That's because they got the report and they were like, what do you mean 15 people bought it? Like that's got to be a typo, right? Like you're missing a couple of zeros. No, we're not. Okay, 15, only 15 players are online. What happened? Here's another article relating to Black Ops 7's launch. Call of Duty had a tough 2025, say experts, with fewer people playing than ever before. Xbox dropped the ball on the wrong year. The disappointing release of Black Ops 7 has rounded out a tough year for Call of Duty. Last year's Call of Duty Black Ops 6 broke franchise records and ended up the best-selling game in America despite being free for Xbox Game Pass subscribers. This year's direct sequel, Black Ops 7, launched last month but was met with drastically lower sales. According to UK sales tracker GfK, Black Ops 7 physical sales were down 61% compared to Black Ops 6's launch weekend, with the game also struggling to match the highs of previous entries in North America and Asia. Chris Dring of the game business said that Call of Duty has had a hard year, and despite the success of Black Ops 6, fewer people are playing Call of Duty this year than they have been before. Call of Duty is underperforming this year due to a combination of community burnout, questionable creative and business decisions by Activision and Microsoft, and strong competition. However, Dring pointed out that Call of Duty is still attracting around 20 million players every month. Quote, even if the franchise has fallen a little bit this year, that's still mega numbers. Most games would kill for that. That's true, but falling a little bit is I mean, sales down 50-60% year over year. That's not a little bit, that's a lot of bit. Okay, I don't care who you are, who you ask, that's a massive decline. The game didn't flop, but it's a huge decline. Everyone knows it, even Call of Duty. That is what this blog post proves. And look, here's the truth. Okay, Black Ops 7 should have just been DLC. It should have just been DLC for Black Ops 6. I understand maybe they wanted to change the movement a little bit or this or that, but fundamentally the game just isn't different enough, at least from the outside. Maybe once you get under the hood, maybe you're like, okay, yeah, look at all these changes. But when people are looking to make a purchase decision and you've got all this other competition out there, that's clearly different. And people are raving about how good the games are, like Battlefield 6, like Arc Raiders. It's really tough to release a game that looks exactly like last year's game for full price, right? And it's a slap in the face to the consumer because you're charging them full price for these releases, and then the first thing you see when you boot up the game is the microtransactions. You see the in-game shop, they're saying you should get COD points, you should get the battle pass, discount on a new operator skin, and get this gun skin, and get that DLC pack, and get this and that and the other. It's like, if you're gonna hyper monetize the game and make it look and play almost identical to last year's game, then either A, you gotta not charge full price for the game, or B, you gotta tone down the DLC. You can't be that greedy for this many years in a row and expect players to keep coming back. Players are sick of it, man. They are tired of being nickel and dimed. They're super price sensitive right now, so if you're gonna charge them 70 bucks for a game, there can't be, oh, the battle pass is 10 or 20 bucks, but you can't just buy it, you gotta buy COD points, and they only come in 500 or 1200 packs, and you need only 1,000 to get the battle pass. It's like they're tired of the greedy over monetization of these games, especially when it's not free to play. Games like Fortnite can do these things and shove the battle pass down your throat every turn because you don't have to pay to play the game. It's insane. And Activision has finally thrown in the towel. They finally admit that players were right. And the crazy part is that the players have been saying stuff like this for years now. The biggest thing, and this was one of the things that caused me to quit the game, skill-based matchmaking. It's really so, like, as a former Call of Duty player, I still have my blood boil talking about this because it is such an obvious change that they could have made literally like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago that would have helped the franchise out tremendously, but they just kept drilling down and saying the players are wrong, we go with the data, the players are wrong, we go with the data, and they kept putting in skill-based matchmaking, and every year they're like, oh, we tweaked it, oh, we turned it down, oh, we changed it, and then every year launch weekend is fun, and then the following week it's back to how it was. It's the same bullshit every single time. I'm sorry, but it's not fun to have a 1 KD every single game because every match is a sweat fest, because skill-based matchmaking ensures that everyone in the lobby is basically the same skill level, right? That's not fun. That's not what made Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2. That's not what made those games fun. It was not skill-based matchmaking. Yes, I know there was a little bit in there, but those games were fun because you could Harrier, chopper gunner, tactical nuke. That's why people played those games. It's supposed to be an arcade shooter. People don't want to sort through 500 attachments for their gun, and each one, oh, it increases bullet drop by 0.5%, and this one increases range by a foot. Create a Class was better a decade ago. I'm just gonna say it. I know some of the modern players might not agree with me, but we call it the golden age for a reason. It's because that's when the franchise was at its peak. If you want a more hyper realistic gun customization system, keep it to Warzone, okay? But when we're talking about an arcade shooter, arcade multiplayer experiences, why is it so serious? Nobody asked for this. Anyway, guys, Call of Duty's empire is officially collapsing. They've admitted it here with this press release. If you just read between the lines, they know their current strategy is no longer working, and the players have forced their hand, and they now have to pivot and do something else. And really, it's super embarrassing that they're starting off with a free-to-play weekend already. It's so sad. Anyway, guys, if you made it to the end of the video, consider dropping a thumbs up on it. It really helps out the channel a ton, and you guys might think you're subscribed because you've seen a ton of my videos, but you're actually not. Double check down below.